My name is Peter. I'm from the Project Management Institute of Zimbabwe. We represent about 500 project managers coming from various sectors in ICT, transport, infrastructure development, and the energy sector. Now, I came into South Africa about 24 hours ago. This morning I was speaking to my daughter, and she was saying, "Dad, since you left, we have never had power at home. And the generator is running out of fuel." Well, that is about an experience to an average Zimbabwean as we speak at the moment on a daily basis. Now, before I speak to the issues about recommendations for investment to fast-track development in the energy sector, I'd like to give a roundup of what exactly is happening in Zimbabwe. Now, you heard in the morning from Paul that Zimbabwe is in the top 5 investment destinations. Obviously, we are looking at the future. Now, at the moment, the current energy production by our power utility, which is ZESA, is at 1,300 megawatts. But however, the national peak demand is at 2,200 megawatts. That leaves a deficit of 900 megawatts. Now, that gap obviously represents an opportunity for FDIs in energy investment. We have a population of 13 million. And of the 30 million, 41% has access to electricity. It means the other 59% are obviously using other sources of energy, renewable and non-renewable. Again, that percentage gives an alternative investment destination. I was also looking at the World Bank, what they call Doing Business Index, which they publish regularly. Zimbabwe is ranked 171 out of 183 world economies. Now, we obviously are looking at a different Zimbabwe from now versus the future. Now, there are various projects that I would like to speak to concerning what is happening in the next 5 years. Now, we obviously do not have new power generation projects on the ground. There are 2 key projects that are going on. These are to do with expanding the current generation capacity in hydro and thermal. Kariba South hydro expansion is set to, I would also want to probably speak to the issues about what are the recommendations for investment in energy. Now, there is a project going on in Zimbabwe right now. It's called virtual power generation. I don't know if you've heard about that. We are in a project which is demand management driven. The power utility is replacing about 5 million bulbs in the households. Replacement of the filament bulbs to the CFL, the compact fluorescent lamps. Now, these are expected to result in generation of 200 megawatts on the demand management side. Now, I'm also informed that that tender is $12 million, and part of it has been awarded to a South African company. Now, coming to the recommendations. Now, obviously, the issue about reviewing of tariffs has been repeated over and over again. The tariff structure at the moment in Zimbabwe is at 9 cents per kilowatt hour. That was increased from 0.7 cents about 6 months ago. Now, another issue is to do with deregulation of energy generation monopoly. Recently in Zimbabwe, we had an authority which was formed in 2010. which is now looking at fast-tracking the issuing of licenses of FDIs in the IPPs. Another issue, of course, is the incentivizing the investments in renewable energy, solar being one of them. The turnaround has started. It may be looking slow to most potential FDIs, but it has already started. Now, like I mentioned, that we have got South African companies who have already taken up a tender of $12 million for the replacement of bulbs in the households.
Doing business in Africa, you can't afford to be without Africa Investor.